four main collection methods in collecting social media accounts. The first would be collecting it directly from the cloud. What you use is an API to log in. So an application programming interface. This is when you're going to log into something from another source. So if you've ever were trying to get into an account that you've used your Google account to log into before, and you can go to log in through Google, that brings up a Google API, which is just a little login page for Google. And that's very similar when collecting from social media accounts. And you need the user credentials in order to do that for private accounts. Then another method would be collecting the data from mobile devices that have had those social media applications installed. And like I said earlier, apps like Snapchat, that's the only way that you can collect Snapchat data at this time. And hopefully these forensic tools are working towards a method to be able to collect that data using an API like we do for Facebook or Instagram. And this is more of a limited data set collecting from the phone because, like I said, most of the data is saved on the cloud. And then user credentials can possibly be obtained from this method. If you're collecting it from a phone, if you have those credentials saved on your phone or typed in those credentials on your phone at some point, there might be a chance that you can pull those credentials from the phone collection. And then you can use those credentials to log into the account if you're allowed to. You can collect data from social media accounts from a computer. And this is very similar to collecting data from a phone. It's a limited data set, but you will be able to get some information if they've accessed those social media platforms on the computer. And this will be information from like the internet history or the log files or the internet cache from the computers that could provide decent insight into when certain websites or applications were accessed, and could also provide remnants of certain posts or any type of pictures or anything that they accessed on the social media site. And again, you can possibly get the credentials from there as well and be able to log onto those accounts for cloud collection. And then the final way to collect data from a social media site is to download the data from the site itself. So sites like Facebook and Instagram and some others will provide a method of downloading your social media account into basically a zip file that will have all your activity and all your user account information. Now, it's basically a download of your data option that they have. And once that data is downloaded, tools like Celebrate and Axiom are able to ingest that data. And that data can then be viewed in the way that I showed you earlier on the two different tools and extracted from there, because the download your data option basically puts it in a format that's not really readable without having some type of other tool that can digest the data and present it in a way that is readable to the average person. And then again, for these type of collections, user credentials are needed to get access to that. And this is something that can either be provided to a forensic professional to perform the collection, or if this is some client that is willingly handing over their data, they can provide that as well. There's just a little bit of risk when a layperson is collecting their own data, self-collection, just knowing that there's a possibility that something could go wrong. That's why it's always best to have a forensic professional who is able to perform those collections.